Так, ну что ж, господа, здравствуйте. Еще раз продолжаем. Поиграем в игрушечку под названием Beyond Blue. За пределами синего, за пределами водной глади, синевы, кому как больше нравится. За один или за два раза, не знаю, пройдем или нет, посмотрим. Играем чешо на гумипаде, все работает. Так, есть магазин подводника. Это у нас стандартная кастомизация за какие-то интересные вещи. Просто разноцветный. Где-то даже какие-то рисунки. Однотипные какие-то тентакли. Даже какие-то хаски-ласки, непонятно. В общем, давайте новая игра. Смотреть, что это такое. Чё почем. Хоккей, как говорится, с мячом.
I'm generally not a woo-woo kind of person. If I don't get something, I want to unpack it.
Так, какая-то мистика, что-то факты, непонятно. Давайте разбираться. Океан — часть меня. Течет в моих жилах.
My grandmother was a freediver, an ama. She helped me feel its rhythm and understand how one breath could last a lifetime. We dove so often, the memories all run together. Except one. When I wished I could stay down forever.
Так, какие-то странные пока звуки. Так понимаю, это внутри игры такие потрескивания. Океан наложил какие-то заклятия. Что за сабнавтик? Ну, будем смотреть, что это такое. А называется это Beyond Blue. I'm blue, да буди, да будай. Да буди, да будай, да буди, да будай. В общем, давайте разбираться. День первый. Затопленный атолл. Западная часть Тихого океана. Как хорошо снова вернуться к погружению. Я очень хочу найти нашу семью кашалотов и посмотреть на нашу будущую маму. Также очень хочется протестировать новую технику Андре. По прогнозам, на прямом эфире Ocean X будет огромное число зрителей, учитывая, как плохо идут дела в этом регионе в последние годы. Но я ни на что не настаиваю, готов к погружению. Давайте, играем за бабцу. Так, есть акулы. Вопрос. Нас смогут ли сожрать? Да. Есть ли у нас запас кислорода? Мы вроде как без баллонов, да. Так. Посмотреть вокруг. Хорошо. Зовут нас Мирай. Глубина 19 метров. Так, можно, кстати, менять свою расцветку. Прикольно.
Give me a few minutes. I want it to be amazing, and I'm still getting used to this AR visor.
Так, это погружение, это всплытие. Так, открыть сканер. L1. Так, удерживайте сканер на цели. Ага. Так, запись в журнале, посмотрите. Чилийская мобула. Допустим, научный журнал, знакомство с аквалангами, познакомьтесь с ведущим научным консультантом. Что это? Есть видосики, кстати. Это прям реальные видосы, это не игровые видосы. Блин, прикольно.
The physicality of the ocean is one of the things that, as a kid, attracted me the most. That thrill of just having that ocean energy push me along. You could just ride all day. There was no lift tickets, there was no fees to get into the ocean.
When I describe to people what it's like to dive on a coral reef, they're like, oh, I never thought about that. They've never had a shark swim right beside them. Look them in the eye and give them a little fright for a second before they realize that the shark just wonders what I'm doing, just like I wonder what the shark is doing.
I started free diving. So when I think of diving, I really think of free diving. Like this is what whales do, right? Take a big breath of air and
National
hold that oxygen
Geographic
inside
курит в
the
сторонке,
body.
согласен.
This ability to free dive down to where the scuba divers were, swim around and come back up, was just so free. Nothing on, no equipment. I just love that. It made me feel like a fish.
When I did my first submersible dive, I realized it wasn't just that I was meant to be out on ships.
Ну, видосы вот 2 минуты, в принципе, смотрибельные. Но так кажется, как будто очень долго они идут.
The first time I was in a submarine, I saw that life down there and 50 new questions popped into my brain that wouldn't have come up because it was this immersive experience and I just felt it.
When you're in a submarine and you're looking at these magical environments, you're overwhelmed by this sense of wonder. You're humbled by this feeling of there's so much I don't know about the world, and you're stimulated to figure out how this all works together.
I'm a marine biologist. I'm someone who studies the ocean from as many angles as I can.
When my kids ask me what I do for a living, I tell them that I'm an explorer. I'm an aquanaut. I dive down to the bottom of the ocean and I see things that people have never seen before. How lucky am I to be able to share this amazing habitat with the rest of the world?
Допустим. Вот так вот. Так, знакомство с Silver Air. Я думаю, это потом. Так, у нас есть карта даже. Ничего себе. Так, и что она под собой? Можем приблизить. То есть мы вот здесь вот. То есть... Что вот это за отметины вопрос? Так, допустим, сканер. Закройте сканер. Хорошо.
How many scans before the AI is trained on a creature?
It will vary. There are many factors that affect the confidence level of a match.
So you don't know. Got it. Now point me to the buoy so I can try the hydrophones. I want to make sure all the tech is working before we stream.
Так, трехцветная рыба-попугай. Понял. Так, плыть быстрее, хорошо. Хорошо, у нас есть метки, которые мы, в принципе, можем это самое исследовать. Так, а мы, получается, можем изучать только непосредственно рыб, да? Что вот это такое? Рыба-солдат, нихера себе. На посту, видимо, стоит. Низкотелый Бирикс. То есть одна из наших основных задач хромис сине-зеленый. То есть наша задача в основном это пока что-то изучать. Так. Но при этом есть какая-то цепочка заданий, да? Афалины. Кашалоты. Горбач. Так, пометили какие-то цели.
Let's roll. Welcome to the Ocean X live stream. I'm Dr. Mirai Soto, and I'll be your eyes and ears on this expedition. I'm joined today by 2 colleagues.
Hello, I'm Andre.
Hello, everyone. I'm Irina.
Looks like we've got
Горбач.
our first singer.
Показать карту. Так. Чем это? Подтвердить. Так. Большая барракуда.
In addition to being an engineering whiz, Andre is quite the musician. Are you still writing music?
Not for years.
Dry spell?
More like raising teenagers.
Так. Запись в журнале, ну-ка. Чилийская мобула. Так. Королевская рыба-ангел. Ладно. Рифовая акула. Ну, кстати, а если подплывем, они меня сожрут? Нет? Им похеру. Так, что мы пока делаем? Давай пока сплаваем. Рыба-попугай Куа. Кашалот. Отсканируйте кашалота. Поведение. Можно посмотреть на подлодке. Допустим.
Don't get too jealous, folks, just because I'm swimming with dolphins. My grandmother always warned me that although they're cute, they can also be pranksters. And today, also very noisy.
Can your AI parse through all those sounds?
Not using this scanner. But I do have a new drone design that should be better at isolating the source of the sounds.
Отсканирован 2 из 6. Причем здесь что-то расстояние 3 из 36 я отсканировал. 4. А, это нужно каждую. 5 дельфинов, афалинов. Понял.
As I mentioned, the confidence model is complex. You just want to find the whales.
Guilty.
Понял. Это как бы один косяк. То есть каждую... То есть косяк можно отсканировать один, когда он заполнен, значит, он отсканирован. Хорошо, по поведению можно какие. Чем больше ты их сканируешь, тем больше у тебя есть каких-то данных, да, об рыбах. Допустим. Бля, смотри, что вытворяет. Так, хорошо. Крупнопятнистый спинорог. — 36 надо дельфинов отсканировать. Как вам такое? Как вам такое? Сиди, сканируй живность. Голубоперый блистод. Пока у тебя сканер включен, ты не можешь ускоряться, кстати. Так. Допустим. Так, рифовая акула. Допустим. Окей, плывем дальше. То есть никакие кораллы, ракушки мы чекать не можем. Мы можем чекать только рыбины. Допустим. Хорошо, давай к датчику. То есть чиловая такая игрушка. Сидишь, что-то сканируешь, слушаешь какие-то, смотришь какие-то научно-познавательные штуки. В принципе, почилить нормально. Сенсорная сигнализация, так. Сенсорная метка. Семья кашалотов. Молодые дельфины.
What does that sound? Did I break something?
I've deployed acoustic modems to transmit from other sensors.
For those of you who have no idea what he's talking about, he means we use sound to transmit data, so we can have Wi-Fi in the ocean.
Impressive. What kind of bandwidth do we get?
Like 1990s dial-up. Fun alert. Looks like some young dolphins are having a play date.
Какие-то веточки здесь.
Hey
Опа.
guys, can I take a turn?
Ага. Я думаю, сейчас меня уже дельфины щеманут. Играют с веточкой, так.
Well, you don't see that every day.
То есть они играют с веткой, передавая ее друг
Neither
другу.
do I.
Допустим. Здесь я всех зачекал. Ага.
Ooh, company.
Unbelievable. That sounds too close to be outside the research zone.
One of the waypoints went down. You think that's related?
Yeah, probably.
Так, подожди, здесь мы что должны? Воу, тихо. Блин, вот это, кстати, с непривычки может показаться... Это мы можем подсвечивать. Прикольно. Это же работает как по...
Red light must mean a
Подсветка.
serious alert.
Yeah, dead battery.
Опа.
Whoa, octopus. I think it went in that cave.
Октопуси.
I'd like to go in that cave.
Так. Всех ли мы здесь зачекали? Так. Чем больше мы их... Да, и чем больше мы их сканируем чаще, тем появляется какая-то информация. То есть пока наша задача просто... чекать, что вообще здесь происходит. Чем больше мы их будем сканировать, тем нам же это плюс. Как говорится, чем мы сейчас насканируем. Единственное, только странно, что у нас нету акваланга, да? И мы как бы просто у нас без запаса кислорода. L2 погружение. Это мы знаем. Так.
Biochemical emittance triggered this whole area.
Because of me. Not because of me, but because I configured the sensors to detect stress in the coral population.
Но он с кого-то упал, да, я так
Okay,
понимаю?
let's find out what's causing that stress.
Mirai, please collect biosamples from any of the distressed corals.
Happy to oblige.
For those watching, These sensors help us understand what leads to resiliency in coral so we can help breed it into other species.
Это что такое? Соберите образцы коралла. Допустим. Подожди, а образцы коралла мы должны взять только с одного места? А, нет, вот они. А, то есть вот в этой локации мы ищем непосредственно вот такую штуковину. Гжегош, здорово. Да, мы тут сидим, чилим. Так, вот этот, да? Это он? Блин, а интересно, а почему не этот? Почему именно вот этот? Потому что он желтый? Так, собрали 3 образца коралла, допустим. Видос выложил. После стрима гляну. Глубина у нас пока 17 метров. Пока мы где-то в районе кораллового рифа что-то тут делаем.
I'm hoping to reconnect with the sperm whale family, whom I have been tracking for years. I'm excited to check in on our mother-to-be.
Этих мы всех чекали. Хорошо, плывем дальше. Так, барракуд давайте. Косячок чекнем. Так, всех вот этих вот пока сканируем. Этих мы отчекали. Все было. Так, новое поведение. Допустим. Так, косяк барракудосов. Так, отсканировать семью кашалотов. Пошли сканировать. Сканируем. Так. И это мы только как бы в самом начале. Дальше мы будем либо вообще в глубинам марианской впадины уходить, и там будут прям вот эти вот страшные ебаки. То есть он сосет ей пупок. Именно так выглядит кормление кашалотов. Он просто сосет мамкин пупок или... Люби маму, будь хорошим соседом, учись на опыте своей бабушки. Всему этому я научился, изучая жизнь кашалотов. Понял. Так, интересно. Мы, кстати, оказались внутри. Давай посмотрим знакомство с Silver Elp. Так. Так.
As a child, I had no idea how important the ocean is. That the great majority of life on Earth is in the sea. That the greatest diversity of life is in the sea. My name is Sylvia Earle. I'm a scientist, an oceanographer, an ocean explorer. I've spent years at sea aboard ships and thousands of hours under the sea. I've seen things others have not. If others could see what I've witnessed, they would know how much the ocean has changed, and they would know why caring for the ocean matters to everyone, everywhere. The ocean is Earth's life support system, generating most of the oxygen in the atmosphere, capturing much of the carbon dioxide produced by human actions. The ocean is the planet's living blue heart.
Every creature has a story. Every one, whether you're looking at a little crab, or a starfish, or a shark.
If people stayed on the shore and never got underwater, how would we ever know that fish, that they have communities, they have faces? their importance as fellow citizens, as cultures, as amazing creatures that we can learn from. There's a lot of water we now know elsewhere in the solar system and elsewhere in space. But to have a liquid ocean with frozen polar areas, it's taken 4.5 billion years to shape the world in a way that is favorable to humankind. It's taken us about 4.5 decades to significantly unravel systems. No ocean, no life. No ocean, no us.
Вот так вот. Так, как растут кашалоты? Так, изучать культуру взаимоотношений в семье кашалотов. Так, давай. Блин, вот это прикольно они сделали. Считай, сидишь, как бы реально смотришь на National Geographic.
Of the Dominica sperm whale project. I've been following the lives of sperm whale families in the Caribbean Sea based off the beautiful nature island of Dominica. I've had the sort of greatest honor to spend thousands of hours in the company of the sperm whale families. And over the last 15 years, we've come to know 30 different families. We know about 10 of those personally. My research focuses mostly on the connection between these families' lives and what they say to each other, and how they succeed in the ocean by living in these small families. They live these rich and complex lives in part of the ocean that we find difficult to even explore. Sperm whale society is matrilineal, meaning it's grandmothers and daughters that will live together for life. The young males live in the family until they're about teenagers, and then they go on this sort of open ocean wander for about 15 to 20 years before they are breeding age. But females will stay together for life. They communally raise and defend their babies, and they live in this sort of community of neighboring families just like we do. Behavior is what you do, but culture is how you've learned to do it. In the same way that we're all humans, but some of us eat with chopsticks and some of us eat with a fork. We're all still
Он ей прям в
eating,
пупок
but how we've learned to
подбородком
eat is importantly
залезает.
different. The secret for how these animals are surviving are these traditional behaviors, and that's why every calf counts. Every female calf is critically important.
Прям весь
And
этими
each one of
рыбами
those that we lose,
прилипалами
we
облеплен,
lose so much
смотрите.
potential. I think one thing that my research has shown is that our lives are really similar. The values that we have in our families, love your mom, be a good neighbor, learn from your grandmother's experience. And ultimately, life is about the quality of the relationships that you build with those around you, whether you're a whale or not. The secrets that my grandmother learned are helping me to survive now. Ensuring that these grandmothers survive to be grandmothers to share their stories, and ensuring that these babies live long enough to learn them is what's going to enable these animals to be around for a long time.
Так. Окей. Так. Что у нас есть? У нас есть... Так, следующее погружение недоступно. Повторно пройдите... Так, после выполнения сюжетных заданий можно будет возвращаться в каждый регион для проведения исследований. Так. Тут что? Тут мы можем, собственно, смотреть... Музяк какая-то играет. Так. Руководство по эксплуатации манта-дрона. Так, тут что? Ocean Science. Наблюдение за океаном. Это сколько мы кого отсканировали раз. Кого-то 21 раз надо отсканировать. 27. Это что? Это местная... Это местная музыка. Ладно, пускай играет пока. Справочник по прямым связям. Женщина моря. Так, доверенность. Доверенность на что? Так, допустим. Что мы делаем дальше? Звонок к Андре. Местоположение Южно-Китайское море. Атолл. Видимость при погружении. Так, высокоотличный. Так. Звоним.
Hello, Mariah. Thanks for checking in.
Hey, Andre.
Nice dive. How are you feeling?
A bit tired, but I can't wait to get back out. Can you believe we found the family on the first dive? And they have a new baby girl.
I know. Well done. Feeling settled in the sub. Has everything tested out?
Так, что за тест?
Yes? I knew I forgot something.
This solo sub test makes me nervous. We're definitely fitting it out for 2 pilots next time.
Didn't you help design it?
Yes, but now you're driving it.
I am much more careful with subs than I am with cars.
Let's hope so. So, I have something I know you'll want to see. It's what the live stream saw of A12 and her baby. I didn't think you expected her to deliver so soon, though.
I thought she had more time given her weight, but it was hard to know for sure. What's the about?
Just noting her low weight. Also wondering when you'll find the rest of her pod. Maybe they were diving.
I'll find them. Hey, I was thinking we should name the baby whale Andrea. She has your kind eyes.
And my bald head. No, I'm putting her in the sim as A17.
Ugh, you're so sentimental. Hey, where's Arena?
Probably in the head throwing up.
Seriously? No, seriously, what's she working on?
She's reading a brief about that deep-sea mining impact study.
Okay, I definitely don't have time to get into that with you. I gotta call my sister.
No problem. Send Ren my best.
I will.
Так, еще что-то. Так. Звонок Рен. Погружение. Это 12, а 17 это они их нумеруют, чтобы понимать.
Hey girl, aren't you supposed to be 20,000 leagues under the sea? I am. I'm calling from the sub. That's crazy. Hey, did you show Nana my live stream tonight? School's great, thanks for asking. Concert great too? Saw your friend's post. Bish, girls gotta take a break sometime. Hey, check this out. No way. Is that a baby whale? Mm-hmm. And her very, very proud mother. She delivered early. That's some view. You're really living the dream. Thanks. Miss you though. How's Nana? Okay, not a big deal, but I am taking Nana to get tested for a clinical trial. Some new dementia drug. Oh, thank you for stepping up to help Nana. It's not a big deal.
Прям какая-то семейная драма есть. Не просто сидишь, что-то исследуешь, а еще какие-то звонки, что-то разговоры. Так далее.
It's been hard since Dad died. I know. You want to stay on for a while? We can watch the baby whale together. No, I should go. Say hi to the whales for me.
Так, готовность к погружению. Так, вот, наблюдение за океаном, давай посмотрим.
It's a big ocean. You gotta be able to see what's worth spending your time on.
When I'm down there in a submarine and I'm seeing all these animals, it's always about which one of these is new, which one of these has not been seen before to science.
Why did these animals come here as opposed to there, and where are they going? There are really tangible things that we can do now to start answering some of these questions, but as the technology develops, we can become more and more and more and more sophisticated.
Technology is emerging on all fronts. We're using all this side-scan sonar and hydrophones to map things out. We can use these sound underwater surveillance systems to actually track whales and see them move all around the ocean. There's a new field called environmental DNA, where you just look at the sloughed off cells that are in the water to know who is there.
Oh, the whale shark was just here. Can we follow it? And you sniff the trail of the whale shark's DNA.
How am I going to understand a shark if I'm thinking like an old world primate? We're totally different. It took me several years to look at the eyes, to look at the hardware, to measure the light, and to build the camera so we could get all these hints into how that shark might be seeing the world. Because it's like a detective story.
Так, окей, готовимся к погружению. День второй. Возвращаемся на атолл на закате. Из гидрофона раздаются звуки, издаваемые китами. Хотим найти новых певцов. Мне очень хочется протестировать новый Манта Дон Андреа, разновидность замаскированных универсальных дронов. Я бы с радостью провела все погружение рядом с Андреа, но от места ночлега меня отделяет километр пути. Готова к погружению.
I'm in and okay.
Looking good, Mirai. The Manta drone is ready for its first zoom scan.
Now I get to see why you talk about it so much.
Only the best science for you.
Сразу почекаем. Ладно, они хоть реально не атакуют. Так, бабочка сетчатая. Ладно, окей, поплыли дальше. Так, что по карте? Пока у нас как бы непонятно, что значит вот это вот эти вот штуки.
Buoy ahead. Bet we'll find some whale vocalizations.
Well, I'm not taking that bet. You always find whales. You'd find them in your bathtub.
What kind of bathroom do you think I have?
Так, поющий горбач.
This is a lot of whales.
It's staggering the number migrating through this area.
Hey, don't jinx it.
Кашалот Андреа. Ага, 3 цели. Так, 45. 100. Ну, давай, наверное...
It's our sperm whale family again.
Отправьте сканер. Так.
The Manta drone will match speed with the creature, so you can concentrate on steering it around to find the places you need to focus.
All right, baby. We won't forget you now.
Хорошо, что-то отсканировали.
Andre, can the zoom scan tell how old the baby is?
Not with any certainty. Why?
Just wondering if she's old enough to hunt by herself.
Все такая в шрамах, изрезанная, кто-то на нее нападал.
I wondered. She still seems pretty young to go that deep.
Will she be okay alone while her mother dies?
She should follow the pod. Her aunties will babysit while the mother hunts.
Wish I had them when my daughter was born.
Takes a pod.
Так, допустим.
Right. Why is the baby girl so important to your study?
I'm hoping to follow the baby for years to learn from her as she learns from her family, and hopefully to watch her eventually become a mother herself.
В принципе, тебя заставляют плавать в режиме сканера, чтобы не пропустить ничего прям такого.
Here we are. The whale we're designating Humpback M1. Oh, so catchy.
How will you know it's M1 when you see it again?
Each humpback's fluke is unique.
So M1 it is.
Уникальный
Andre
хвост у
software
него.
is helping me understand the
То есть по
structure
таким
of their
мелким
song,
деталям
so we can try
ученые
singing back.
понимают, тот ли
I'll
это кит
synthesize a
или
song
нет.
that mirrors one from another region to see how these whales react.
Because Andre doesn't like my singing.
It's more the songs you sing, actually.
Окей, допустим. На этом атолле, я так понимаю, мы всех и вся, ну почти, можем, конечно, углубиться прям вот сюда, поизучать здесь. Что-то еще тут есть интересное. Мы куда-нибудь сюда сплаваем. Музыка расслабляющая, в принципе. Сидишь, сканируешь. Что-то еще-то интересное есть. Есть вот такие вот одиночные, да, рыбехи, которые плавают не косяками. Так, хорошо. Туда прям, смотри, уже прям в глубину. Так, тут у нас мамка с папкой.
Approaching Humpback M2. Looks like he's on a date.
How can you tell?
It's like they're dancing to his song. What do you think, Andre? Do you think you can make it as a solo artist?
Not without more original material.
What?
Males from the same region sing nearly identical songs with just enough variation to stand out.
Yeah, just like most pop singers.
Such a snob.
Так, окей. Плывем дальше. Все, сканируешь, сканируешь. Уже, кажется, столько живности нашел, да? Но недостаточно. От слова совсем. То тех, то этих. Казалось бы, 4 из 6. Китовая акула. Хотя, с другой стороны, если бы здесь была бы такая душка с, например, с запасом кислорода, что тебе каждый раз необходим был... Ну-ка, подожди, а если мы, например, всплывем? То есть мы всплываем прям просто к поверхности, то есть даже не на саму поверхность.
Let's hope the Whalapalooza continues.
Понимаю.
Wonder if they charge admission.
Don't worry. Whatever it is, you can take it from my budget.
Someone's feeling better today. Well, I guess it worked.
Неизвестный звук. Так.
Same damn sound we heard yesterday.
Well, I'll check it out between the whales.
Так, еще какие-то странные звуки. Так, ну да, давай пока сплаваем на странный звук. Что это может быть?
Are you sure this is where you track that noise? I don't know, Andre. That sound is loud, but it seems pretty deep. You can't see how it could be coming from a ship.
Yeah, I agree. It also keeps starting and stopping. I'll figure out another way to investigate it.
Блин, с глубины. Ты попробуй еще на глубину отправиться. И здесь тоже на глубину уже потихоньку, да? Вопрос, насколько глубоко мы, в принципе, к концу игры сможем опуститься. Так.
Okay, Mirai. Can you use the micro tanks to mark the
Happy
starfish in the
birthday.
collection?
Are you testing your collector drone?
Ага, Амурская морская звезда.
Irina needs us to collect a few for study.
They are incredibly resilient. They can regenerate themselves from just a subset of their body.
They're also invasive. Must have hitched a ride in the ballast of a ship.
Irina, how many of these do you need? I'm missing the whales.
Just a few.
Пакеты тут какие-то вон. Так, допустим.
Okay, micro tags deployed.
Thanks, Mirai. That's plenty.
Микрометки установлены. Причем кашалот, молодая особь кашалота. Гигантские тридакна. Морская звезда. Половинка вообще пока Особо нету.
Andre, what was that other nasty noise? It was definitely digital.
Low power alarm. You need to pick up a sensor for servicing.
It never occurred to you that a nice ringtone would be far less annoying?
Фиолетовый как-то, особенно на глубине, мне кажется, он будет не особо прикольно смотреться. Красный, он такой больше как опасность. Он может немного, ну... Получается, либо белый. Ну да, получается, белый просто как обычный фонарь. Самое нормальное. Меня немного отвлекает по бокам вот эти сетка шестигранников. Как будто какое-то защитное поле, защитные экраны.
Hey Andre, those reef sharks like your ringtone. Will I be able to get the data off that sensor while I'm picking it up?
No, it goes to sleep when the power is low to preserve the data.
Ля.
Whoa! Did you see that?
Shame that wasn't on the live stream.
Have you seen one do that before?
Never.
Так, хорошо. Сюда мы пришли только, чтобы взять метку.
Sorry, sharks. Mirai is off the menu.
Да, не входим в меню. Сейчас бы еще в меню входить в чье-то. Спасибо, как-нибудь в другой раз. «36 дельфинов надо отсканировать». 36.
Mirai, please, get closer.
You weren't this excited about the dolphins before.
They're rubbing against the coral. Kind of a wellness visit. I have colleagues that are studying the antimicrobial properties of these coral.
И что?
I'm picking up a tag from the sperm whale.
Они трутся телом какие-то кораллы, да? Но это мы... Про это мы слышали. Так. Здесь мы чё? Всех зачекали. А сколько таких нужно? Не сказано. Так, снова к кашалотам. Пока мы прям очень сильно наседаем на кашалотов. Здесь все у нас зачекано. Вот там спаривания идут. Здравствуйте.
The baby's back with the rest of the pod.
What's it doing?
Nuzzling, probably calling for its mama. Are you calling for your mother?
Вот это вот немножечко. Так. Это от него такой трескучий звук идет, кстати.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I hear it.
There they go. That was our shot. Can you send the sub to pick me up? I'm done for now.
Я подумал, что если бы можно было внедрить песни китов в массовую культуру, возможно, это способствовало бы спасению китов. Интересно. Так. Карта атолла. Где остальные члены семьи Андрея? Поведение осьминога довольно просмотра. Винт выглядит старым. Отделить мусор, подписать так. Так, новые какие-то книги, кстати, тщательный уход. Постер с китами. Документ по клиническим исследованиям. Сейчас можно посмотреть еще один какой-нибудь ролик. Так, давай сейчас звонок сделаем.
Hey, it's Ren. Leave a message at the beep. Is there actually a beep? Hey, Ren. Why's your phone off? You said this was a good time to call. Ignore that. Someone was messing with my whales today. I was just hoping I could vent to you a little. Let me know if there's any update about Nana. Ooh, and we had a whale-a-palooza today. Anyway, give me a call when you can. The whales say hi back.
Hey, Mirai. How are you?
Doing all right. How are you feeling? Any better?
A bit. I might finally be getting my sea legs.
Next step, diving.
One step at a time, Mirai.
Okay, but I promise you, it'll change your life. Is Andre with you?
No, just me. Andre is analyzing some sound files in the other lab. I think I may have upset him.
The two of you do seem to be on opposing wavelengths fairly often.
I quite enjoy our debate, except when it affects our work.
It wasn't a debate, it was an argument.
Andre, I didn't realize you were on. What did you find?
This is video and audio from your last dive. And this is an analysis of the sound that spooked the family. And this sound is from the Canadian marine acoustic scientist. I think the findings are pretty clear.
Ну, кстати, да, но на перепонку, кстати, воздействует прям... Ух ты.
The signatures sound the same to me.
He gave me the same test.
Andre, who is messing with my whales?
Deep sea miners.
Here? In the research zone? It's off limits to commercial activity.
And when has that ever mattered before?
We don't know that they're in the research zone. They may be just outside it. We knew they were doing an impact study nearby.
What are they after? That might give us a clue.
They're looking for rare minerals to make solar panels.
Could the sound cause trauma to the whales?
The acoustic specialist said it might push them to quieter hunting grounds, but was unlikely to cause acoustic trauma.
So what's the move?
We should use our mapping drone to investigate their activity.
And this is where our debate turns into an argument. We need that drone to map the deep sea vents before Mirai dives there. The biochemistry of these vents is the perfect cocktail for creating new life forms.
If there is illegal activity there, we have to stop it. Otherwise, there will be no life forms.
Why spend our short time here policing rather than researching? Let's be scientists.
Mirai, your dive, your call.
Report the sound and map the vents. They better not mess with my whales again. Hey, Mirai. Sorry I missed you. Misplaced my phone. Whale-a-palooza? Is that a real thing? Tell whomever annoyed you I'm coming for them. Hey, nobody messes with our whales. Does your submarine have sonar? Maybe you can find the bad guys with that. No word on Nana's thing yet. Miss you.
Так, готовится к погружению. Но прежде мы с вами вот песня моря.
What we know as humans about whales comes from just a few scientists so far, like Roger and Katie Payne. They had background in music, and by kind of mapping out the songs, noticing that if they would look at this almost like a song sheet, every 15 minutes or so there would be a repeat. Only male humpbacks sing, but the function of their song is still mysterious. The general belief is that whale songs serve the same purposes that bird songs do, as ways for males to advertise for mates and to challenge rivals. But why they change their songs is still unknown. Taking that information from whales and passing that to us humans was one of the most transformative pieces of narrative to feed the Save the Whale movement and maybe save some whales from extinction. These animals are sharing this world that might have been millions of years going on in their world, and suddenly, for the first time, we, as humans, are tuning in.
Так, окей, хорошо, готовимся к погружению. День 5. Открытый океан к востоку от атолла. Я собираюсь воспроизвести коду для Андрея и посмотреть на ее реакцию. Очень беспокоюсь, что семья уменьшилась. Непонятно, их напугал этот звук или происходящее еще что-то. По-прежнему питаю надежду, готова к погружению. Так. Поплыли. Угу. Тут у нас даже карты нету пока. Новая какая-то, новые биомы. Так. Новые биомы. Блин, это прям, смотри, вообще вниз уходит.
Sounds familiar. Hey, a newcomer.
Касатки. Бля, ультразвук. Атака ультразвуком. Ля какой. Рыба-луна. Блядь, почему рыба... Вот кроме расцветки, какие еще аналогии вызывает эта рыба? Почему рыба-луна?
Top of the food chain, just like us, minus the urge to destroy ourselves. Hello to you too. Has anyone been tracking them?
I'm still waiting to see if there's a match.
Это какая-то метка, это не расцветка, это именно отметина на... Так. Понял. Так, у нас есть 98, 77. Пойдем. О, рыба-молот, ничего себе. Шок-контент. Так, это что за знак вопроса тут? Черепах. Подожди, это черепах? Нет, это рыба-луна. Понял. Очень было похоже на черепаху, кстати. Так. Ну вот это... Ой, медузки. Их вообще не видно. Ну вот это точно черепаха.
Andre, are you seeing this?
Is that a leatherback turtle?
I didn't think there were any left here.
What happened?
Egg poaching and the nesting beaches gone too long.
Кожистая черепаха. Ладно, хоть из локации в локацию у тебя не сбивается это самое. Количество отметин.
Okay, group survey. New or a repeat? So glad to hear you. Those noisy neighbors silenced enough of your friends. New whale! We'll designate this one M4, because why mess with a good thing?
The sounds don't sound like the prior songs.
These are more social sounds.
Так, хорошо. Что у нас есть? Еще. Так, это мы чекнули. Этих чекнули. Это один большой косяк. Так, эту чекнули. Так, а что мы делаем с... Развести сканирование? Бля, она реально такая здоровая, что ли?
Biosample acquired.
Do you think your turtles are making a comeback?
Well, I wish I could be optimistic. It's just as likely our turtle is taking the long route home to somewhere else.
Так, возвращаемся снова к бую. В этом ультразвуком херачат. Так, мы идем сейчас к бую, да? Блин, так непривычно, что под тобой нету видимой поверхности, да? То есть, мало ли сейчас снизу на тебя кто-нибудь нападет.
Hope it's better than my last birthday.
Dare I ask?
My sister got me jeans that were mine for about a week before they wandered off, never to be seen again. A mystery, I tell you. Did you not charge any of these batteries?
Неизвестная акула.
It's not a battery alarm, it's the drone.
трамфолины. Касатка. Так, хорошо. Локации у нас до сих пор нету, кстати. Так, что это у нас за акулы такие неизвестные? Нет, ну это как бы неизвестный акул. Рыб-молта. Это уже чекали. «27 медуз от чекай. Их еще ни хрена не видно. Китовая акула. Так, ну здесь, по крайней мере... Так.
I'm leaving another tag. Much better than a dead battery.
Так, плывем. Что там, к дельфинам, к касаткам. Опа. А ты что тут делаешь? Это что такое?
Dolphins, always showing off. Hey Andre, can you make your manta drone do synchronized swimming?
Guess we'll see.
Ну-ка, я могу прям сквозь нее проплыть? Нет. Допустим. Они плывут друг за другом? Что? Произведите выборочный анализ.
Let's log you in.
Мне все страшно. Блин, а можно, интересно? Или я как это какую-то поверхностью утыкаюсь? Я не могу прям на самое дно. Или мне скажут, типа, предупреждение вынесу, то что ай-яй-яй, нельзя так. Хотя нет, смотри, глубина-то идет. Страшно. Ну нафиг. Ну да, смотри. Мы просто куда-то в темноте это самое. Растворяемся.
Hello! I just met your friends. Pretty low weight. Irina, do you think this one could be sick?
I'm honored you believe I could tell from this distance that my knowledge of disease extends to all species.
Fair enough. We sure no one's tracking them?
Nothing has turned up.
Чё? Этих чекали. Ну и, конечно, плыть вот такие, казалось бы, даже 60 метров, но ты плывешь А у тебя рядом какая-то местная подводная банда.
Didn't you pick this dive location because you tracked the baby's pod out here?
I said they were heading in this direction.
Andre, the buoy is glitching. I don't know what range you've set, but I think I'm hearing all the animals in the Pacific.
Yeah, too many sound signals for the software to keep up.
I don't know what kind of party I'm crashing, but pretty sure I'm gonna love it.
What is happening?
It's a bait ball. Humpbacks, orcas, very
О,
Everyone's gotta eat.
пошел кушать.
I'll try not to be mistaken for a fish. Of course dolphins show up. Never like being left out of the action.
They want leftovers.
Good luck to them. They're up against bigger stomachs.
Как бы меня бы не сожрали бы это по ошибке. Проплываешь такой, да? Так, где еще касатки-то? Тихо, тихо, да. Так уверенно на меня это плывет, мало ли. Мало ли что. Не, ну выглядит, конечно, поебейше. Так, чё мы? Кого мы? Горбач. Теперь горбатый. Чё, куда? Туда.
Here they are. You were right, Andre. I guess I didn't just swim across the Pacific for nothing.
Или просканировать сначала один, потом другой.
Are there fewer than before in this pod? Or am I just getting faster at tagging?
No, definitely fewer. But maybe the others are hunting.
No, don't leave me. Well, the mother stayed with the baby this time.
Okay, ready for playback? I've prepared a coder you can activate from your dive watch.
Так, это он снова пришел. И он снова начинает кушать.
Hopefully I won't offend her. Echo clicks. I could feel it across my body, just checking me out.
First contact.
She zoom scanned you.
You have no idea what that felt like. She was looking right at me. Whew, you have no idea.
Звуки для китов — это все. Без него они как без рук. У этих животных самый большой мозг и самый мощный голосовой аппарат на Земле. Так. Что-нибудь тут новое появилось? Появление бабочки — сборник стихотворений. Так, сообщение Андре. Давай.
I'm afraid I have bad news. The drone we deployed to map the dormant vents, it's gone. We lost contact hours ago. Without it, Arena worries we'll have to cancel the dive to the vents altogether. I'll keep patrolling the pickup spot, but I'm not optimistic.
When I am sober, I'll break out a blowtorch.
Hey, Mirai. I assume you've heard that Andrea lost a drone.
Yeah, bad break. Did we get any usable data from the drone before it went missing?
Not really. We lost the signal too soon. I suspect Andrea believes it would have survived if we'd sent it to investigate the miners instead.
It's crazy that we only have one mapping drone. If this were a space mission, we would probably have 100. You sound a little frustrated. Is that with Andre or the drone situation?
Both.
Yeah, his passion.
Вот эти ответы, они на что-то влияют, вопрос? Или это просто типа диалоги ради диалогов?
Not every company is evil.
Hey, that's right. I read about that. Was it fun being a corporate titan? Did you have your own jet?
No jet. But I did have a pretty indulgent company car.
Was that a yawn? Did you get any sleep?
Not really. Between the drone and staying up to chat with my daughter, I spent most of the night staring out of my cabin window at the moon.
My grandmother loved to take me free diving in the moonlight. It was magical. It's like the whole ocean glows.
Sounds like a fun grandmother.
She was. Is. She's alive, but suffers from dementia.
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks. Nana moved in with us after our mom died. I was 12. Ren was 4.
Are you and your sister close?
Definitely. Yeah, most of the time. It's complex right now. Where is your daughter?
She's at university in the UK.
What is she studying?
Pre-med. But she also has a passion for music. She has been playing in the same indie band for years.
What's her music like?
Hard to describe. I'm sure Sophie would love for you to check it out. I'll send you her latest single.
Ooh.
Isn't your sister also at university?
My sister, took a break for a few years. But she's back now.
There's a story there. Not my business.
She's had to deal with tough stuff. We both have. I just seem to have an easier time adjusting.
Does she want your help?
I don't think she wants her stuff to get in the way of my success.
В чем интересно вот эти вот... Как это? Тяжкость бытия работы морским исследователем? Да, вот в чем смысл этих диалогов? Или разбавить и без того увлекательную ситуацию исследования подводного мира.
That's okay. I'm on dive time. I showed Nana the highlights from your live stream. Did she recognize my voice? No. Maybe. She seemed to enjoy it though. Are you doing okay with her? Kind of. You do this better. Did you want to talk about next semester? When you get back. It's complex. You know, I can look at coming back earlier. That's crazy talk. Go speak to your whales. Gonna try. Catch you later.
Разблокирована песня, кстати. Пока вообще еще вот судя по тому, да, что мы пока видим, мы где-то... Я ты, блядь. Здорово, ёпта! День 7. Скоро мы войдем в сумеречную зону. Я следую за семьей Андрея к подводным горам, где надеюсь понаблюдать за их охотой. Ирина проверяет наши образцы, ее беспокоит вредоносное цветение водорослей где-то неподалеку. Так что мне нужно будет следить за этим. А еще я присматриваю за новыми черепахами. Я точно знаю, что они там. Готовы к погружению. Какие-то цветения водорослей. 400 метров. Вау.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, or welcome back. I'm diving near a seamount region, also
Краб-паук.
known as the Twilight Zone.
О, пошла.
Because it is just beyond
Пошла,
reach
блядь,
of the sun.
живность.
And we'll be taking some questions live. So be nice.
Обыкновенный солнечный.
We'll also be testing a playback system to interact with whales.
400 метров. Вот, пошла. Малый фонареглаз. Блин, вот честно, вот половина биома, который вот сейчас наверняка на глубине нам откроется. 37 раз пауков надо, блядь, отчекать. Я вообще, по-моему, ни разу не это самое. Грибневик, блядь. Что это за волосатый баклажан? Кабачок, блядь. Что это такое? Ты кто, блядь? Ну, здесь сейчас, наверное, какие-нибудь белые акулы будут. Бронзовая акула молот. Ладно. Ну, 400 метров уже солидно. Рыба-лоцман. Контейнер какие-то. Ладно.
Want to hear something cool? So do I. I'm hoping that buoy can send a little message to our humpback friends.
That's right. Andre is going to serenade some humpbacks.
Well, not me, but using a song I generated from other recordings.
Неизвестное существо. Так, горбач. Сенсорная сигнализация. Понял. Так, что у нас тут? На глубине 400 метров. Вот контейнеры какие-то ржавеют. Ну, погнали.
Another leatherback turtle on here. And feasting on some moon jellies.
That is odd. Is that the same one we saw before?
It looks bigger, but let me zoom scan it to be sure.
Шастая медуза. А это не одни из тех медуз, которые ты трогаешь, и у тебя потом ампутация. Ампутация там конечностей и так далее.
Do they typically travel together? Would it be surprising to find two this far off course?
Yes, it would be.
And yet, here they are.
Welcome back, turtles. Enjoy your beautiful moon jellies.
Так, хорошо. Ну-ка, если мы проплывем. Ну смотри, вроде проплываем, да, пока ожогов, ничего прочего нету.
Okay, time to see if any humpbacks respond to our song.
Jordan wants to know how you will know.
Great question. If we have recorded him before, we'll see if the influence of our song affected his.
Scientists believe whales from one region can influence the song of whales from another when they mix.
Hey Andre, we've recorded a song from this one before, right?
We have.
How quickly can you compare his two songs?
Well, I need to wait for his song to complete at least
Кальмар Дана.
one full cycle.
And how long is that?
20 minutes, maybe more.
Wow, that's a long, slow ballad.
Реально, напоминает просто какой-то, блядь, какой-то странный кабачок, блядь. Ну вот что это такое? Как природа могла вот, ну, блядь, придумать такое? — 43 кабачка надо оцифровать, прикинь. 43 кабачка. Необычные альянсы, давай.
If people stayed on the shore, never got underwater, how would we ever know that fish like one another? When you see fish interact with other creatures, like the octopus and the grouper, who go fishing together, they communicate in ways that we don't know what they're saying, but they know what they're saying. They've been on the earth for hundreds of millions of years. They've had a long time to figure out
Осьминоги в
these
этом
close
плане
relationships.
очень удивительные. Могут менять и цвет, и текстуру.
A natural setting, but when they are presented with a bait ball, then they work together for this common goal to feed on the fish.
We had very large bait balls spread over probably half the size of a football field. We had mobula, we had dolphins. The bait was shifting everywhere, animals were coming in, moving out, just moving so quickly.
So we have some orcas around the bowl and also under. So everybody works together as a team, herding the fish. Males, female, everybody is doing this, and they will eventually share the stunned fish afterwards, which is pretty amazing to see. There is no competition, so everybody's working together and everybody is sharing the prey afterwards.
It really takes a long time of being in there, watching the same species of fish to figure out these really interesting things that they're doing. So I think that there's probably a lot of really interesting behaviours out there that we haven't even discovered yet.
Так, по поводу медузок сейчас потом посмотрим. Давай немного проплывем.
Lanternfish.
Well called, Arena. We'll make you a sea witch yet.
I'm sorry, a what?
Let's scan a few to pick up their hunting behavior. Here goes.
Scott from Denver wants to know if they eat each other.
Some do. I think this one was upset he missed out on his prey.
Видосы, я так понимаю, они появляются еще в зависимости от того, сколько ты просканировал. Самая сигнализация. Окей. Пошли смотреть.
Great. I've been waiting for this. I've just activated your UV light.
First of all, don't mess with my suit when I'm diving.
Головастая.
Secondly, you spoiled my surprise.
Похоже, такое смесь камбалы какой-то.
Swell sharks have developed biofluorescence to communicate with each other. Their eyes have special adaptations for the UV light. Now you can see what a swell shark sees.
That's what I'm talking about.
Под ультрафиолетом. То есть это не просто какая-то рандомная подсветка, это все-таки является ультрафиолетом, прикинь. Не, ну ты прикинь. Прикинул? Так, Понял.
Next you can try the black light I installed in your sub.
You did not. You did install it in your dorm room back in the day. Your wife showed me pictures.
Our uni was a good time.
Так, новый видосик. Так, куда мы? 16 метров.
What am I looking for here?
Oh, one of our sperm whale tags must have fallen off.
Andre, you really need better glue for these.
I don't use glue.
I've tracked down the tag. It's in a cave. I wonder how it got in here.
Опять. Пока уже третий раз мы... Подожди, а мы здесь можем?
probably attract predators.
Красиво.
Oh, wonderful.
Кайф. Кайф, она выплыла. Так, ну вот, смотри, появилась. Так, давай. Старение вспять.
Jellyfish have mechanisms of self-repair. They're constantly getting like bitten by turtles and chunks getting taken away. 50% of the jellyfish population are wounded. So they've gone through 500 million years living, persisting in the ocean in simplicity, and they've come up with some remarkable ways of living. There's something called the immortal jellyfish and how they age, aging in reverse, which we're just beginning to understand, where they get old and then degenerate back into a youth again. In understanding the gene pathways and how this happens, this could look at, humans. We don't have this capacity to age in reverse. It's like Benjamin Button, and it's here. And it just takes the kind of focus and dedication to look at that jellyfish and to grow that jellyfish and to figure out how to use the best available scientific tools to get at this question. It's just about kind of looking super deeply and letting the secrets unfold.
Так, давай дальше.
Okay, last boy of the dive. How are you feeling?
Chances of suit holding out until the end of the dive? Good. Hope of seeing if our humpback song had any effect, well...
You know this, but for the viewers, science is not magic, it takes patience.
I'd like to believe in a little magic. Sperm whale. I think it's... Yes, it's hunting! First time we'll be able to document it with Andre's technology. Come on, come on. And then the buzz. I got it!
Raj from Mumbai wants to know, what's the buzz?
I think he was making a joke.
Got it. But what is the buzz? How is it used?
We're not entirely sure, but definitely associated with being close to prey.
This is just warm-up. The real fun will come in the deep.
Andre. Well, there's no way these little ones are thousands of miles off course. Right, Andre?
Give him a minute.
Произвести сканирование.
Let's scan a few of these to get their gender.
Сканирование. Проведите выборочное сканирование. Здесь где-то мне нужно что-то...
tiny tag here. Andre?
Chen from Shanghai wants to know why you care about their gender.
Well, their sex is determined by the temperature of their nests. Warming beaches wiped out the turtles in this region.
Believe in magic now, Andre?
I may just start, but let me check on that tag first.
Понял я тебя. Хорошо. Ладно. Так, во. Куда-то идем вообще в глубину. Я не смотря, оттуда прям выныривают.
Glad we didn't miss this.
Это они туда в глубину уходят, охотятся, да?
I think we found our spot for our first deep dive.
Глубоководно.
Check out that one closest to you. What's that on its skin?
Not sure I can catch them. They're headed to the surface. Might just be a scrape from a ship strike.
Yeah, let's hope that's all it is.
Ну, там прям такие нехилые порезы.
I know it seems like Andre worries about everything. But I really understand where that comes from. Everyone's seen the pictures, but I can tell you it was really tough to be doing hands-on work when we were losing entire species. For me, it was the whales. But for Andre, it was the turtles. I stayed to help him. Several of the other scientists did as well. By then, only Andre's protected nests were the ones producing turtles in the region. We all figured that the population was going to collapse, and eventually it did. But seeing this large man spend day after day carrying tiny turtles from the nest to the water, it inspired us to stay. I mean, coming back now, it feels like another world. Andre is not an angry man, Irina. He's just a man who gets angry when he sees people say it's too hard, or that they don't care at all.
Hi, Mirai. Sorry to miss the post-dive brief. I've been listening to our humpback recordings for hours and got myself in a kind of funk. Actually, I started listening to the humpbacks and then switched to Miles Davis. Anyway, I don't see any clear sign that our playback influenced any of the other whales yet, but I just know we're on the right track. I'm sorry to be in such a mood. Don't know what to make of those turtles or what's going on with our sperm whale family. Right. Catch you in a bit.
Подожди.
I've been listening. Actually, I started. Anyway, I'm sorry. Right.
Так, у нас следующая новая песня. Хорошо. Это на основе копирования с потерями. Невидимая жемчужина. Понял вас. Техническое устройство для научной рации. Вычислить по голове черепах. Где откладывают яйца? Датчик в пещере. Угу. Пособие по приманке в виде медуза атолла, медуза-приманка. Блин, но на репите 24/7 слушать вой китов, это, блядь, это, по-моему, такой себе. День 12. Последние 5 дней мы на большой глубине проводили бесконечные серии тестов водолазного гидрокостюма, разработанного Андре. Думаю, он просто не хочет, чтобы я взорвалась в прямом эфире. Надеюсь, костюм защитит меня от гигантского кальмара. Прежде чем исчезнуть, картографический дрон обнаружил подводное соляное озеро. Там, где охотится семья Андре. Just a moment. Так, ладно. Так, продолжаем. Готов к погружению. 3700!
I'm in and okay.
You sure I can't talk you into another test dive at this depth before we stream?
Enough test dives. It's not like I'm doing a spacewalk.
Well, with this suit, you probably could.
Are we gonna talk about suit crush depth again?
I think we can probably...
Вот они, вот атлантические гимантолов, блять. Вот они, эти ебаки.
Starting live stream.
Welcome back, ocean friends. Tonight, I am deep. Midnight zone, no light from the surface deep. Tonight, we're using Andre's lure drone to mimic the Atolla jellyfish to lure large predators like the giant squid.
Вот они, эти ваши ебаки.
I'm building on years of prior research.
Don't forget our mission to the brine pools.
Oh yes, Arena will fill you in on that later.
А баклажаны здесь водятся, прикинь. Ладно. Окей, погружаемся. Кратконосый апистопрокт. То есть у него лоб прозрачный, там видно мозг? Или что это? Реально такая рыба, блядь, существует?
How do I find the lure drone?
Look for blinking red lights in the water column.
Вопросы. У меня есть вопросы.
No need to get too close. You can activate the lure from there.
Andre, have you done this before?
I haven't, but others have.
How long until we can expect the lure to attract the predator?
It's hard to say. It's a big ocean. But
Медуза атолла.
if you lose patience, I would find some real Atolla jellyfish. I have a feedback system set up to improve the lure as you scan them.
Of course you do. For those watching, we will be scanning these Atolla jellyfish to make sure Andre's lure matches the real thing.
It does, but it can always be refined.
Not much confidence in humanity, but plenty in himself. Got the jellyfish scans, though Andre doesn't need them.
In truth, they should improve the lure. I would not waste your time.
Getting a few impolite comments on the screen pointing out that giant squid don't feed on Atolla jellyfish.
They're right. Actually, the Atolla puts on this light show when under attack, in order to lure creatures big enough to eat their attacker. Might have some useful human applications.
I think we need more Atolla scans to approve the lure.
Okay. Whose idea was it to live stream this particular dive? I am glad I can't see the comments.
I would agree. My grandmother had a saying for times like this. I'm not going to try my grandmother's accent on a live stream, but
Произведите выборочный сканер видос атолла для настройки.
if you get bored waiting for a giant squid, you can always go to a brine pool.
That's a pretty specific saying.
Окей, тестирование.
I noticed that these atollas were already making their blue alarm before you swam close.
Most likely a sign that they have detected predators in the region that threaten them.
Я что-то должен делать? Онлайн-камера. И что? А, вот, ебака. Блять, вам смешно?
I know how much you enjoyed that, but do you mind if we check out the brine pool before we check on our
О,
whale?
полетел.
If you insist. You got what you wanted. This is my giant squid.
Is that another one of your grandmother's sayings?
No, but she often used this one. Hurry up and collect my specimens for me.
What an expressive language.
It's no giant squid. But I promise you, you won't have to wait to find it.
Мне кажется, на глубине 3000, почти 4000 километров, даже какой бы костюм хороший не был, мне кажется, там бы человек от давления бы это самое, немножечко бы скукожило.
At long last, welcome to the brine
Что,
pool.
киноварь?
I know it's really a salt lake under the ocean, but it looks more like a witch's brew. I have been teasing Arena, but a brine pool is a diverse microenvironment within the ocean. It has its own ecosystem.
And each one is unique. So that means the microbiology is unique and could hold groundbreaking solutions to human problems. Each time I take new samples into a lab here on this ship, it's this magical discovery moment where I tingle all over. I fund my own research so I can pursue what I know to be important. And people ask me, how much money are you going to spend to collect some bacteria at the bottom of the ocean? If these bacteria hold the cure for a disease that relieves even just a small amount of human suffering, how do you put a price on that?
That is some giant squid.
Сканируйте миксину. А где миксина? А. Вот миксина. А, это есть соляное озеро? Так, хорошо, что-то собрали. Какие-то образцы. Пять из 4. Давай. Оплывем по контуру.
Mirai, pushing your waypoint.
Sperm whales are back on the hunt.
Look for the drones. They will seek out the sound of the sperm whales and then idle nearby.
We hope that today, Andrea's tech will make it possible to document how a sperm whale hunts the giant squid.
Ничего себе. Жестко. Я же вроде там не собрал еще ничего. Или собрал? Блять, это кто?
Let's go tag some sperm whales so we can eavesdrop on their hunting.
One of our viewers wants to know if there is a problem with the link, since the waypoints keep appearing and disappearing.
No problem. The drones are in stealth mode, so they will only track the whales by sound.
I better swim fast. We'll keep good watch.
Включите камеру считающих меток на охотящихся кашалотах. Ага, хорошо. Опа. Бля, его обхватил.
What just happened?
I think the squid knocked the camera right off.
I had that camera feed in full screen on my visor, and for a second I thought it was lights out for me.
Sounds like a good time for the sub to pick you up. Live stream out.
Подводные соляные озера — это как водоемы на дне океана. В них очень много неизвестной науки форм жизни. Они представляют собой превосходный коктейль для жизни. То есть из-за разности плотности воды могут быть озера. Жестко. Так. Так, что у нас по... Послушай презентацию зоны трек Софи. Поищи о них на черепахах и Motion X. Нужно ли отдать благодарность Эдди Вида? Да. Жестко.
It's Irina. Since there's no dive today, I'm going to lose myself in the wet lab to work on those samples you sent up from the brine pool. Hey, have you listened to my daughter's track? Interesting, right?
Mirai, remember the tag we found on the turtles? I put it out on the network and I got the strangest message back. I'm gonna take a tender to a small island nearby and check it out. I'll explain everything later. Still no mapping drone, by the way.
Hey, it's me. Nana didn't qualify for the study. Doctor says we missed the window. Whatever that means. Hard to tell what she remembers now. It's tough. Not sure my head's 100% there with school. Honestly, seems like a waste of money.
Ебак там такая
Anyway,
плавает.
See you.
Жестко. Готовность к погружению. Давай для начала увидим, сколько тут много. Давай посмотрим. Еще немножечко.
The energy from our star flies through the universe, through our atmosphere, and hits us at the ground. But now, when we go underwater, the ocean properties of water are like pure blue filter. So it's gonna filter out all these other wavelengths except blue. As you go down further, it's primarily blue, blue, blue till 700 meters. And at that level, there's still faint photons of sunlight in the blue range. And we call this the twilight zone. And there, animals are still perceiving a tiny little bit of our sun's energy. Below this, it's gone. 24/7 darkness. And it turns out that there's a ton of color vision down in the deep. So it's like they're making enough light down there to be able to be satisfying all the eyes of the deep sea creatures. So it's not this totally dark world down there. It's still light. It's just the animals are making the light rather than the sun. We've designed all this technology to kind of satisfy our visual hardware. As I started looking at other animals, they have totally different hardware. And I've been looking at everything through these silly little primate eyes. We have to overcome our humanness to jump behind the world of a shark or another creature and see the world from their perspective. We found a biofluorescent shark, and it only sees right at the blue-green interface. So it's really just tuned to a very similar spectrum to the environment it lives in. This fluorescence was creating greater contrast for the shark. It's like this endless well of information. We're at the very tip of the iceberg.
Не, ну есть в этом шарм, конечно, свой.
These animals travel thousands of kilometers, navigating open oceans that have no physical landmarks. They have that innate ability to find their way. They're only sharing our beach for a short point in time, but they need protection because man has brought an ancient species to near extinction. I got involved at a time when hostilities were very real. People came with guns and machetes to poach a turtle. We would protect these animals at all costs. Because on the high tides, when the tide comes up, this area here will be flooded, right? So when the sea turtle lays her egg, the nest requires a constant temperature. And if we recognize that this nest is in a real bad spot, we choose a spot further inland on the beach that's stable, and then we would evaluate if the eggs were able to hatch because of us moving them. And in both cases, we're always right. So as the villagers began to benefit from the tourism that turtle conservation was creating, they saw that the turtle was worth more to them alive than dead. The children really love sea turtles. We educate them, but we involve them. And by so doing, we get them to a level of interest where they want to become actively involved. When we first started this conservation work, we would encounter at the height of the nesting season 30, 40 turtles. Now we encounter over 500. That's significant. Some people argue, well, that's nature. Leave them. Why protect them? But remember, humans have to intervene sometimes to help nature keep existing.
И смыло его.
Sound to whales is everything. It's their hands. These are animals with the biggest brain on Earth and the most powerful sonic apparatus. They spend a lot of their time deep down. They're diving for an hour at a time in darkness. Just like a submarine is echolocating, they're kind of... They ping a signal out, and then they wait for that signal to bounce off something and come back as the signal. And from that information, they could get an idea of what's there.
They constantly click, and that click sometimes can be really loud, and you can feel it in your body. It's like going to a DJ and that feeling that bass. Once I had an experience with a sperm whale. It clicked, my ears almost like bounced back. It's really an amazing feeling, you know.
You don't develop a huge, complicated brain if you're not using it. Whales have little channels of communicating where they could talk to each other hundreds of kilometers away using sound.
Sperm whales make clicks in sort of rhythmic patterns that we call codas. Any family might have 20 to 25 different coda patterns that they use when they're having conversations with each other. And some of them are unique to different places in the world. In the Eastern Caribbean, they make a lot of what we call a 1+1+3. That sounds kind of like this. And that's only ever been recorded in the Caribbean, and it's been identical for the last 35 years. These are really different ways of life that are being labeled by these coda patterns. In the same way that human language is kind of a shorthand for where you come from. You can make a lot of missteps when traveling simply by speaking incorrectly or introducing yourself differently. Do you hug? Do you shake hands? Do you bow? And a growing concern has to do with the noise that we're putting into the ocean. Everything we do impacts everything they're doing. The sound is causing high levels of stress in animals like this. No one wants to live at a rock concert. You can imagine trying to have your home inside an arena while some metal band is playing. And that's increasingly what the ocean feels like.
Соленые озера, кстати.
Brine pools are amazing habitat. It's a lake on the bottom of the ocean. And it's this surreal seascape. Chemically, each one of them is unique.
These brines undoubtedly contain bacteria, archaea, and viruses that are unknown to science. We know that they're incredibly rich in undescribed life forms. They have the perfect cocktail, the perfect recipe for life. These sites aren't just salty, they can be violent, characterized by eruptions and incredibly unstable conditions. So to live in them, you have to not only be hardy, but you have to be able to endure constantly changing conditions because not one day is the same. The organisms that live there, they undergo a constant biological warfare with each other to dominate the environment, to survive in the system. The biochemicals that they produce to do that biological warfare are applicable to curing diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's. They produce antibiotics and antivirals that can also be used to improve human health. And we drop targets as we go, so we know exactly where we sample. Exploring these habitats is absolutely necessary because the metabolic potential there has the capacity to change the way we think about medicine, to change the way we think about antibiotics, based on our knowledge that we gain from studying these incredible environments in the deep sea.
Ну, видосов здесь прям очень много.
Imagine if I was sent in to go study the Mona Lisa, and I come in with a pair of snippers, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to cut this baby up a little bit to see what kind of chemical composition is going on there. Like, you wouldn't do that, right? We don't have to kill these animals. We don't have to kill to understand. If we could do a single cell, that means we don't need to kill 20,000 animals to be able to really understand that one. We could do our work much more non-invasively.
So we are working this year on a new project to deploy tags on orcas. We need to learn more about the diet and how they use the habitat. So by deploying those tags, we get the information we need. It is the least invasive method. It is suction cups. So it is not a scratch on the whale afterwards, which is something we really like.
In the deep sea, we use these like robotic claws from the oil and gas industry that gets you the sample, but this is so archaic. So we've been designing something called squishy robot fingers, which are ways to be gentle when we study the deep sea. But I think we could even take this another level. There's some organism, we quickly encase it. It's like a medical checkup. We give it a swab to get its genome. We image it from all directions. We open it up, the animal goes away, and we have more information than we've ever had before. These animals are Mona Lisas. Our perception of them should change. We should be more delicate.
Да, вот так посмотришь, границы развиваются. В принципе, что, остается, кстати, всего 4 видоса? Серьезно? А у нас, кстати, 0. Да, и несмотря на то, что сколько мы прошли, у нас все равно пока нету это самое. Так, ну и чё мы? Так, ну пошли погружаться дальше. День 13. Поскольку мы потеряли дрон, то будем исследовать район гидротермальных источников без карты, погружаясь вслепую. А ведь эти источники очень важны для Ирины. Здесь мы нашли метку с одного из китов семьи. Надеюсь, она просто отпала, поэтому это что-то довольно необычное место для кита. Она перевела костюм для погружения в безопасный режим, и это меня ограничивает. Отправляюсь на юг в поисках свободного места для посадки в подводную лодку. Готов к погружению. Ну давай. 4000 метров. Приморотая акула. Так, что, направо, налево? Отсканируйте источники.
Irina, how will I know the difference again between a dormant vent and a live vent?
The live vents would have 400.
Но здесь эти самые черные курильщики, кстати, есть. На таких глубинах.
I thought my mic was muted. This is a dormant field. No live vents.
Ну да, да, очень похоже. Так. И чё, мы отсканировали 3. Наверное, нужно что-то найти, да? Раз мы вслепую плаваем. No map data.
Neither of you are gonna believe this. I think I found the mapping drone.
Really?
No way.
Can you scan it to make sure?
Scan confirms. If the drone could make it all the way here, why would it die while it was mapping?
I really wish I knew. Maybe at some point we can borrow equipment to do a proper salvage operation and find out.
Okay, this dive just keeps getting stranger. How hot did you say that water typically is in a live vent?
Is that a joke?
No joke. Put down one drone, but discovered an unmapped vent system.
Mirai, this is great. I truly believe that these systems are the key to understanding the origins of life. Thank you so much for doing the dive under these conditions.
Actually, that might be the answer.
Так, отсканировали.
To why the drone died.
We were talking about the origins of life.
Но у них здесь температура, на самом деле, вот здесь это очень большая, кстати, температура.
You sound almost pleased.
Well, it's better to know the flaws so you can fix them.
I know you're giving me the silent treatment, but I think I just discovered a new species of octopus.
Not sure I can confirm that with just one scan.
Sorry, didn't copy that.
То есть сейчас здесь мы просто плаваем. Семирукий осьминог. Семирукий. И осьминог, которого 8 должно быть. Понимаю. То есть пока мы просто плаваем, сейчас мы изучаем непосредственно работаем на самого себя.
Irina, did you expect volcanic activity here?
Describe, please.
Red, glowing. Need more?
С безопасного расстояния. Ну-ка.
A very wide berth, like maybe from your sub.
Ну блин, а ранить меня как-то или не дать это самое возможность подплыть.
Are you kidding me?
Describe, please.
I can't. I mean, I don't want to.
Mirai, you're making me uneasy.
Seriously, we'll look at it together when I'm done with the dive.
То есть корпорации, да, здесь что-то бурили, искали что-то. Ладно, допустим.
Oh no! What happened to you?
Ну, крабы, да, крабы здесь облюбовали.
Just getting a few last scans. And saying goodbye to a friend. Can you send the sub?
Так, это, собственно, все, что мы хотели. Наука всегда отставала от индустриализации океана. Я бы хотела, чтобы на этот раз наука опередила индустриализацию и установила для последней ограничения. Так, пробирки какие-то. Как растут кашалоты. Коды и клики, теория общения китов с помощью песен.
We watched the video log from your dive. I'm truly heartsick.
I'm furious. Where should we start?
The destroyed vent. I couldn't believe how badly the seabed was chewed up.
Vents that might have had a fossil record dating back over 1 billion years.
And microbial life that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. Who knows what cures we've lost.
Your drone's a fallen hero, Andre. I think it spooked the miners before they did more damage.
Because they happen to be mining where we send the drone to map. Anywhere else, and they might still be active.
Who gets the satisfaction of turning them in?
We were debating that before you came on.
We should jointly report. It'll be stronger.
Agreed.
Agreed. Now tell us about the whale fall. Could you ID the whale?
The whale fall was definitely from the baby's family. The tail fluke was intact enough to scan it.
But you're sure it wasn't the mother?
It wasn't the mother. The ID matched another whale we know from her family. But it was an older whale, so more vulnerable.
Do you think there's any connection to the miners?
They did plenty of damage, but I don't think the whale fall is on them.
I can pull out anything from the scan log that might be worth investigating.
Already have. Can you turn these into dive objectives?
Right. Catch you in a bit.
Just a moment. Возможно, мы даже за один стрим это пройдем. Просто, конечно, если изучать все на 100%, все возможных рыб, да, это как бы одно. День 14. Собираюсь нырнуть на атолле при свете луны за биологическими образцами члена семьи Андрея и как можно больше количества других крупных существ. Если хорошие новости, поездка Андрея оказалась удачной. Он нашел группу потрясающих подростков, которые занимаются восстановлением популяции черепах. Времени для погружения осталось совсем мало, особенно если мне придется вернуться домой раньше. Готово к погружению. О, мы опять на атолле. Так.
The pod was active in this area as recently as an hour ago.
When was the last tracking data for the baby or its mother?
Мы снова на поверхности.
But they could be with the pod right now and just not making any noise.
Так, давай смотреть, что у нас дальше. Еще не раскрыта фишка с осьминогом, да?
There you go, first waypoint. They'll load automatically from here on in. I have the Explorer drones patrolling to get as many eyes and ears looking for the pod as possible.
Do I need the buoys?
No, we'll use the hydrophones on the drones. They don't have the range or fidelity of the boys, but we need speed.
Thanks.
С осьминогом ситуация не раскрыта. Мы опять... Если мы уж при свете дня, мне страшно, да, такой над темной поверхностью там плавать, а в темноте ты вообще ничего не видишь.
Found here in the region. They've developed a nest cooling technology to help the baby turtles. They've also built their own tracking drones.
Teens with tech. Sounds like you've inspired some citizen scientists, Andre.
Здоровый кашалот. Так. 62. Окей. Поплыли по меткам. Так, это у нас китовая акула, да? Так, проанализировать.
I have the lab ready to start work on the samples when you're done with your dive.
How quickly will you get results?
We can do initial screens quickly to narrow things down.
I found the underweight orca.
If you can easily collect a sample, we might as well screen him for dogs.
Здоровая китовая акула.
Have you decided whether or not you want another?
Так, а как будет выглядеть нездоровая?
I really hadn't had the chance to look at the schedule, but I would always say yes to that.
Right.
Вопрос. Нездоровая касатка какая-нибудь. Недоедающая. Допустим. Типа, плохая касатка, плохой охотник, да, не может сама себя прокормить.
I don't remember having dolphins in the dive objectives.
I added them because of their role in the disease that hit the dolphin population a few years back.
Так. 34.
Done.
Здоровый
Have you
дельфин.
picked up any tags from our pod?
No, not yet.
Окей.
I'm going to widen the radius for the explorer drones.
Так, что делаем дальше? Новая цель.
I'm near the waypoint and can hear a humpback
Так,
singing.
новый.
I don't see it. I think I'm losing it. It's
Тихо.
gotta be close. I feel like it's singing right in my ear.
Try a scan visor.
That's totally weird.
Так,
I see a
просканировать,
scan
подожди.
dot, but nothing's there. I think the humpback is invisible.
Sorry, I'm afraid I'm the invisible whale.
I'm definitely losing it. I thought you just said you're an invisible whale.
Well, not me. The humpback song I generated. You're at a playback station. It's pretty small on the buoy line, but in the dark you probably can't see the line.
Well, it must be pretty authentic. At least enough to convince your drone. Mirai, have you heard back from Ren yet?
No.
Is Ren okay? Rai, are you there?
I'm not sure.
Pardon?
I meant about Ren. I don't know. We had a fight right before I left the sub.
Они еще умудряются о чем-то разговаривать в такой момент.
Seriously? Here?
Well, I have to watch your video feed for safety, but I can mute your audio track for privacy.
Wow, I've never talked to her while I was diving. No, I'll wait for the sub.
Ничего тут нового интересного нет. Так. Давай.
Okay, Mirai, you're on.
Здоровый Горбач. Пока все здоровы, только один чего-то не доедает.
No sound alerts at all. They're being awfully quiet.
Один пока что-то не доедает.
I think I found the pod. Yes, that is them. I don't see the baby, but it's a little dark.
Why are they moving?
They're sleeping.
I had no idea. They look alien, but beautiful.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna mute my comm while I get the samples.
I don't think they can hear us through your visor.
Так, можно посмотреть внутренности кита. Ни хера себе.
Catch you at the sub.
Жестко.
Alright, out.
Выявлен высокий уровень токсина. О. Высокий уровень токсина. Тихо, тихо. Выявлен невысокий уровень токсина. Так. Токсин от чего вопрос? Так. Можно тебе прям в рот залететь. Блять, нельзя. Так. И что? А, все. А вы знаете, что моя мама доктор океана? Океан болеет, а она старается его вылечить. Так, какие-то записульки. Побережный регион, последнее погружение, побережные воды, масштабное ВЦВ, атолл, никто не наблюдал цветения. Может быть, просто раньше, так. Геотермальные источники. Кстати, их можно использовать для каких-то важных целей.
Hydrothermal vents are located on the seabed, often in deep water, but sometimes in shallower water. And they form in areas where new oceanic crust is being formed. You can have 400-degree water here and 2-degree water over here. It's an accelerometer for chemistry, and you can form organic compounds in the absence of biology. Everybody's interested in vents because of the metals, including humans. But the metals are sort of the nuclei for life. When you think about what's required for life, you've got to have an energy source, you've got to have a system that's able to utilize that energy source. And the organisms sort of co-evolve with the rock. And in my mind, that's probably how life originated. There are reservoirs of precious metals in the deep sea, and we do have societal needs for precious metals. It's very short-sighted and dangerous to exploit resources in ecosystems that we don't truly understand how those ecosystems function.
Deep sea mining is when people go out and extract minerals from the seafloor. People do this because a lot of the minerals that we have on land are actually being depleted, like copper and zinc, so we're looking to the ocean to get those minerals.
We want these minerals for solar panels primarily, and we want them for cell phone boards. It's necessary to advance society and get us off fossil fuels. We simply have no idea about the environmental consequences of a lot of these actions that we're taking in the deep sea. We have tended to go for the quick benefit and we'll deal with the consequences later. Well, I think that has caught up with us.
We don't know enough right now to effectively, selectively mine the deep sea without catastrophic consequences.
The science has always lagged behind the industrialization. I would like for once to see the science ahead of the industrialization and have the science define the limits of the industrialization. I study things that are beyond their wildest imaginations, and that I see things that are brand new to science and to people and to humanity every day.
I'm at home in these kinds of environments. It's funny, I'm more comfortable here than I probably am on the outside.
It wasn't just that I was meant to be out on ships. I was supposed to be in the bottom. I was supposed to be in the deep water. I was supposed to be doing those things that nobody had ever done before. It completes who I am. Being a deep sea scientist, it does require sacrifice. I mean, we're away from our families for weeks on end, sometimes months on end. It's a constant struggle because you miss parts of your kid's life. My oldest daughter was about to turn 3 when the oil spill happened in 2010. I was at sea a lot. So between 27 months and 36 months, I was gone probably more than I was there. When I came home after a 5-week stint in the Gulf, she came running up to me in the airport. She had transitioned from a toddler to a little girl, and the little girl was gone, and there was this other person there. And you don't ever get that back. It was a decision. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna miss transformations, I'm gonna miss really important things. Is it worth it? I had talked to her class about the ocean, and one of her friends said something to her, and she responded, you know, my mommy, she's the ocean doctor. The ocean is sick, and she's trying to make it better. She couldn't even say important, she's like, it's really important. But she understands that it's an important job. Every time before I leave, I say, my most important job on this planet is being your mother. but this is part of me too.
Так, ну на что, у нас остается 2 видоса. Означает, что мы где-то близко.
Hello, Mirai. It's me. I don't see a sample from either the baby or the mother. Andre said you were going back out to look for them. I know you are still deciding, but I told him you're thinking about leaving the expedition early. As soon as I have results, I'll let you know.
Mirai, I think I have a location for the mother and baby. They were spotted just outside the research zone by those teenagers I was telling you about. Now, I don't have much data, but the report doesn't sound positive. I'll let Irina know as well.
This world would never vouch for us two. Hello? Is now a good time? You sound tired. Yeah, I'm a zombie. I had trouble sleeping. Did the doctor say anything other than Nana missed the window? Not really. Did you ask him the questions I sent? Didn't seem to be any point. Listen, I'm exhausted. I'll catch you later, okay? Bren, please don't hang up. Bren? Okay.
Though I fight to feel it, it's a pleasure marred by pain. How long I've left the gate before they ever board the plane. Baby, we don't have much time to say exactly what's been on.
Даже ночь. Последнее погружение. Мы находимся у прибрежных районов, где были замечены Андрея и ее мать. Костюм проверен и перепроверен. Нет риска подвергаться воздействию, если не получится полностью справиться с цветением. Когда под кожу проникает нейротоксин, плавать становится трудно. Серьезно, погружаюсь. Так, ну если это последнее погружение, то окей.
I'm okay.
And you're sure you want to record in our streaming format?
Yes.
Ready? Recording now.
Tonight we're recording from the open ocean in the Western Pacific. For those of you who are returning, we're trying to get an updated status on the mother and baby sperm whale that we've been following on our stream. We're recording tonight's stream because we have reports that the mother whale is distressed, and we don't want to surprise viewers if these reports are true.
After discovering a whale fall in our research zone, we suspected that the whales may have been exposed to a toxin or pathogen, and are currently investigating. Samples from several females
полностью что-то первое изучили, еще что-то изучили. Хорошо. Так.
As I approach the whales, I'm gonna turn off my mic, but keep on my video feed.
Мамка умерла, что ли? Или чё?
The whales that we tested showed low level of this toxin, so we do not believe they will suffer from long-term effects. However, we expect that the mother whale was exposed to a higher level and was also more vulnerable because of her pregnancy.
Выглядит здоровый. Так, касатки плывут. Чё они плывут?
Andre, those orcas sure look like they are threatening the baby whale.
Так, что они вот там пиздят, что ли? Мертвая. Но он присоединился к своей популяции. Там же обычно нам же рассказывали, что их там может быть энное количество. Тетушек. А дядюшек? Что там, одни бабы, что ли? Матриархат, что ли?
As far as we know, those were the only 2 whales affected by the bloom. With all of Andre's technology genius, he still hasn't invented a way to be in 2 places at the same time. Before my flight home landed, Irina and Andre had already confirmed the location of the harmful bloom. I stayed close to home with Nana until she passed the next year. Ren moved in with me to save money while she finished school, which was great. Mostly. It was Ren's idea to keep the live stream going remotely using one of Andre's drones. But it was my fabulous idea to have Ren join the stream to choose the questions from the audience. She is definitely a hit.
2 года спустя. Так.
It's great to be diving again. While I was away, the baby became an auntie.
За 2 года из малышки стала тетушка, ничего себе. Жестко. И теперь она уже, да, кого-то пупком кормит.
She still buzzes me when I play my coda sounds, so that is still a mystery. But I swear, we understand each other completely.
Все, да? Режим свободного плавания. Вот так. Ну, получается, за сколько мы прошли? Я почему-то думал, что мы с вами... Ну, слушай, за 2,5 часа... Почему бы тогда и нет? Сейчас посмотрим, что из себя представляет свободное плавание. Но саунд здесь прикольный, почилить, вот так вот поплавать, почему бы, собственно, и нет. Почему бы, собственно, и нет. Я рассчитывал почему-то на 2 стрима. Ну окей. Саундтрек, кстати, прикольный. Он не так часто появляется, только когда у нас вот есть такие передышки между плаваниями. Но они, в принципе, тоже прикольные и органичные. Так, теперь давайте смотреть, что из себя представляет. Целая стая приглядывает. Так. Хуан. Так, песня разблокирована. Собственно, что у нас есть? Есть видосики. Давай. Магазин. Нет. Так, смотрим. Критически важен.
We're burdened from a time when we thought the ocean was too big to fail.
You can't take anything for granted. Even though the ocean is so big, it is sensitive.
The oceans are the kidneys of the earth. They recycle material and filter it out. Most people don't know that. They're not aware. They see the ocean as a sewer that they can dump anything into, and it's out of sight, out of mind. Nothing is out of sight, out of mind on this planet. Everything is connected.
We're absolutely in this mix of biogeochemistry, and our role so far has been consumptive and destructive. If we are to continue to have a planet that works, we have to heal the harm we've caused.
What's the worst case scenario if we deny that the climate is changing, but actually it is, and we do nothing? Then billions of people's lives will be directly affected just by sea level rise alone, let alone the other effects of climate change. So it's not about who's right, it's about the consequences of being wrong in the decision that we make right now.
Educating everybody, from school children, fishermen, tourists, if we can manage to do that, we have a very good future and we can gain a lot from the ocean.
If we could establish the foundation for interspecies communication, we can make first contact. And that's where I hope the future goes. Because what we really want is curious, conscientious, and a self-correcting population.
You changing can affect all the people around you. To walk instead of drive, to buy a hybrid, to ride a bicycle, to not use single-use plastic. Imagine if everybody did that. The effect would be tremendous.
We do have the power of choice about what we eat, what we wear, how we travel. All of the things that we do in an everyday way, times 7 billion, will make all the difference in the world. We must protect the ocean, as if our lives depend on it, because they do.
Так, и, собственно, знакомство с Ocean X. Узнать о программе, которая вдохновила на создание сюжета. Так.
Oh, yes. Look at the length of that thing. He is wider than the sun.
No one has dived to 1,000 meters in Antarctica.
My depth, 1,000 meters on bottom, over.
As a scientist, I can tell you we discover something new every time we go out. That's been my drive, to discover things, to uncover mysteries that we can then solve.
We're on a new frontier of ocean exploration that will bring out the explorer in all of us. We're partnering with the Ocean X initiative to build a mind-blowing platform for exploration. A research vessel that's a one-of-a-kind ocean conservation and media platform to explore the world's oceans in ways that were never before possible, to create one big wave for the oceans.
I think it's really exciting. There's still a massive part of this planet we know nothing about.
We need to make people understand what we do in the next 10 years is going to determine what the ocean looks like in 200 years' time.
Audiences glued to Blue Planet 2 have been starkly reminded of the problems of plastics pollution.
50 years ago, Jacques Cousteau and the Calypso managed to capture our imagination. Somehow we lost that moment. We have to get back that personal connection to the sea.
The greatest era of exploration is still ahead of us. Exploring the ocean can help provide a piece to the big puzzle.
Так. Ну что, это мы посмотрели. Здесь у нас что? С кем-то поговорить можем? Нет, здесь, в принципе, все. Что под собой подразумевает свободное плавание, да, если таковое имеется? Можем ли мы... Вот, атолл днем, ответ... То есть нам теперь просто доступны все вот эти самые. Атолл ночью. Прибрежные... Так, подводное соляное озеро, гидротермальный источник. Ну, то есть это дальше ты просто будешь исследовать все на 100%, да? Смотреть, что мы вообще кого нашли. Что-то мы полностью изучили, мобулов не зачекали. Мы кого-то вообще не нашли, вопрос. У нас есть какие-то закрытые? Да. Вот, это, собственно, один. Я так понимаю, это вот здоровенный осьминог. Кальмар. Да? Хотя нет, осьминог, вот он. Ну, давай попробуем найти его. Для этого нам нужно куда-то на глубоководное, наверное. Подводные горы. Соляное озеро. Вопрос, где это? Давай... Паук практически невидимый, ведь многие глубоководные животные не видят красный свет, поскольку световые волны в этом спектре не проникают на большую глубину. То есть наша задача сейчас опуститься, скорее всего, на дно, да? И попробовать найти здоровенного... Вопрос только, где его искать. Потому что озеро-то оно вот оно, да? Вот. Гигантский кальмар. То есть это он был. То есть вот, спустился и нашел. Ну-ка. Я думал, он будет как-то больше. Подводное соляное озеро. Ну, собственно, это он и был. А если мы... Ну, блин, я думал, он будет побольше. Получается, вот спустились. Спустились, нашли. А если прям в соляное озеро опуститься? Ну, то есть прям вот... Прям туда внутрь, да? Нас, естественно, не пустят. Ну, допустим. Ну, на 100% здесь, естественно, чекать ничего не будем. Главное, что мы нашли всех, да? Всех, кого можно. Да, не прям узнали все тайны. А в итоге, как нам потом... Ну, давай на всякий случай сохраним. Можем ли мы как-то вернуться, получается... Магазин непонятно, как он приобретается. В общем, вернуться на лодку. Вот. В общем, господа, на этом все. Игрушка, в принципе, зачилочная, прикольная. Так поплавать, посмотреть, поизучать, проникнуться духом Греты Турнберг, да, по поводу загрязнения океана, изучения. Ну а мы что, с вами увидимся завтра. Завтра новая неделя. Будут у нас танчики. Вечером посмотрим, что можно будет придумать. Все, господа. Всем спасибо, кто был. За лайки, за дизлайки, за просмотры. Звонить на канал, подписываться на соцсети, фолловиться на Twich, Trovo. И увидимся с вами завтра.